As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle...
Not yet.
Hey, are you Uncle Dai?
I am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by the guild.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
Right again! You're pretty perceptive!
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Dai can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo-woo! That's why we're here! Now there's someone else taking it?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
So do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. With a professional by your side, everything should run smoothly. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Teyvat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool to not enlist an expert of his caliber.
You're a fool if you think you found Teyvat's #1 rock expert.
Oh? And why might that be?
Because Teyvat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha-ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait here, we'll go fetch him. I know that Zhongli is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there you...
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you. Do you have time?
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands...
Take a look around. Is there... The requester claims to have enlisted Teyvat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better than you.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Dai doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to... Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily... We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward...
Stop being so modest, Zhongli. Well, we got him.
Time to go.
Uncle Dai, we're back!
Oh, and this must be the friend you spoke of?
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he's got nothing on our guy.
Let's not get ahead of our...
Uh-huh, so you say. Wait till my guy gets here. It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourself.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kunjun. Young Kun, these are two adventurers assigned to us. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli. I've heard about...
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I would...
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins, he's the assistant. If Zhongli loses...
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you.
Stop talking...
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Miss...
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of... He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even...
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman.
So, do you have a...
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic...
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was so... Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts of daylight that make it through. Now that's a rare treasure.
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own two eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all, we haven't...
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli.
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kunjun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that...
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all.
Whoa, this mine is huge.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, the 4 men we'd left behind. I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost long, but
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of...
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before
Very well. I'll wait here. Please.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Let's... Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts.
A few everyday items.
1, 2, 3... Huh. That seems right. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle...
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh!
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mine.
So, they didn't take an...
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items?
Huh. Why would someone set off...
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely hypothesis. Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supplies.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note and let Uncle Dai know. Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. Okay.
Looks like he's concentrating real...
I see. 4 men.
A child? What's a child do? Also, how did you... see...
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about to tell you remained a secret. I can perceive the memories of ore.
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no conjecture at work?
You mean you can put your hand on a rock?
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do...
Amazing! So you can find out everything that...
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and in greater detail.
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was prudent of Uncle Dai to recruit you, Mr. Kunjun.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe...
This will take us north, away from the mountain.
North. Another clue for Uncle Dai.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah, yes. You must be here about the disappearance. Please, find them if you can. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, maybe I'm next.
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to... Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What a scary... An on-site accident. We should know... We found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Doc.
You're back. How are the investigations?
We found 3 clues in the vicinity. First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This...
Forced to? But
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take rest. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound.
now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that could someone have entered the site and simply walked away?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his, expert technique.
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around. There's no way
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our conclusion. Your men were following a child.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from the mine and toward the...
North. Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation, but leave the legwork to us.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out a...
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the... There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. We'll go investigate and see if we can come up with anything. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene at Wangshu Inn tomorrow evening.
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men will get going.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the...
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the mine.
Wait. I believe we're missing someone.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kun-jun? Paimon... Kun-jun, what are you searching for? We're all out of clues.
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall? Dragonfall is often used in forging. What use do you have?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious. As if there's something I've forgotten to finish. It's an unpleasant sensation.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you've forgotten something, but you can't remember exactly what it is.
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying some. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. So, I decided to look for some. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will help you look for this stone.
Really? Oh, thank you, Mr. Zhengli. You're too kind.
Think nothing of.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose.
Great! Let's have a look. Wait! There are tracks here! These must have been left by the miners!
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. However, if we find new tracks, we can follow them wherever they may lead. It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and kept...
If we follow their footprints, we should be able to find where they went.
Time to go.
Oh no, the footprints end here.
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
Hello, have you seen any miners nearby?
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm...
Jeez, whatever. Let's go. Hi there, have you seen anyone dressed?
A miner.
Let's...
Everybody stand back!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Wind strike. One with nature.
Hey there!
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography of Lingju Pass must have held them up.
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were...
Huh. This...
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't smart.
And they took this road?
Yes, they followed it straight from here.
Let's go after them! More footprints. There's a person over there!
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first! Ask questions later.
Why do they never miss? Huh? To ashes!
The wind knows it. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Huh? Delved into destiny.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. Before I knew it, my name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue's Shengyu Hall. I head up...
Huh? You sure you're not a miner?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying mining equipment.
I think I saw those people.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they looked like.
I think that's all we needed to...
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for Nantianmen.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot...
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right. They...
Mr. Kunjun, your stone...
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise for Mr.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass.
You think so? I guess it's been a worthwhile trip then. It feels like we're cracking a criminal case. It's a lot of fun.
Be that as it may, we would do 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us in the... The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road. If their destination is indeed Nantianmen...
Great! No time to lose!
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here...
Clever thinking.
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Hey! Hello? Can you hear us?
Judging by his appearance, he must have...
Should we wake him up? Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and...
How is he? He won't die.
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something.
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is...
So he was kidnapped and then abandoned here. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way out here?
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it? Ooh, is it a present?
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. After setting out with you on this case, it feels like a fog is lifting. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to track down these clues by myself. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare. One for each of you. A memory, if you will.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each angle.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Zhongli. Huh? Is something wrong?
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances. But thank you.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. I feel at peak. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. There's no danger here. Oh, however, there is something...
Huh? What's with this...
Traveler. Does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand, is formed as a product of elemental reactions.
Elemental reactions can produce material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. When the fighting ceased, and yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between, relatively unknown. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished from the earth?
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows all of it's already been mined. Weird. Paimon doesn't get it.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivation...
Ulterior motives?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. We must watch and wait. Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. As for anything, we're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road through. Now that we've found one, the other, when you're well rested, call Mr. Kunjun over to us. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend to him. I suggest we leave a note for Uncle Dai. If he does...
Kunjun, we need...
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be...
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going. Wow. Such an immense...
And there's so many mysterious-looking crystals up there, too. Amazing!
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you... All right, then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet...
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me... Oh! This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past, not...
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look? If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway... When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea? Wait a minute. Paimon can fly.
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from... Quick, let's go see. Maybe...
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel? Someone else go first!
Compose yourselves. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
Huh? That gate! Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere to the gate.
So behind the seal, there's... What do we do? We can't hurt them. What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Hsitoria, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
That hurts!
Crumble! Rise! I will have order.
Adventure time! Time to go. Let's light it up!
Detestable!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Fate is upon you.
No atonement for 1,000-year pain! From rock to dust, sooner or later.
Adventure time!
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Get out of here! Back at ya!
Quake! Order guide you! Rise!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Quake!
Fisher!
Let me scry.
No atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Crumble!
Wind strike.
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Solidify! Rise! This is order.
Let's light it up! I'm going in!
Quake!
Delve into death.
There is no atonement for 1,000 years of pain!
Gather!
Fate is upon you.
One with nature.
Solidify! Order guide you.
Morax. 1,000 years.
You should call it by its name, Tσdσs. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice.
Tσdσs.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Tσdσs. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Tσdσs the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Tσdσs you see there.
So there are two Tσdσs?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed. That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me...
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was...
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger...
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity.
There would be no harm in it. The decision...
Tσdσs was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax. With a lifespan far exceeding... The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But erosion ground Tσdσs' consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Tσdσs, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against more in the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production. The citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to erosion, made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Tσdσs and Morax. You can hate me.
No.
I am the remnants of Tσdσs' benevolence. The echo of a contract set in stone.
No, no! It is I, Tσdσs, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and—
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the earth, then all powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. Strange. What is this feel?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant.
No! That isn't true!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Tσdσs?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no— So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon. Search.
Your power is nearly spent. Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Huh? Young Kun, what?
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those 3 miners are over there.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in
Kunjun, we should be calling you Tσdσs. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor.
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps...
Tσdσs, I am no longer the Geo-Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary
Even you met such a fate. Let's get...
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare it.
And how will Liyue fare without Rεsεyvαdσs?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is you may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those...
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done...
That day in the chasm... Did you...
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and...
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willing...
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you.
Hence, my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend. God of contracts.
Thank you, Tσdσs.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And...
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed.
Wow. That was so weird.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then. But
In our last tale, Rεsεyvαdσs was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Tσdσs was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
1,000 years ago, Tσdσs attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Tσdσs could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than the greater the power, the greater the danger of personally sealing away an old friend. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but
You still care a lot about Liyue.
call it, I must thank you both.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. Paimon, so, not long ago, we met. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were Zhongli, you're a god.
I cannot.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information?
I understand. But I must apologize.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Tσdσs?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And you two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts,
Would you be ready to find out?
it appears your understanding of this world. There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the people. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead.